Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Dragon Warrior 3 for the Game Boy Color. Vortex 259 here with you. And in our previous episode, we finally put an end to the evil Demon Lord Baramos' reign. We defeated him, and we came back to the castle town of Aliahan, where the king greeted us with his guards playing trumpets in celebration for us. Unfortunately, that celebration was interrupted by a dark, looming, shadowy figure that appeared behind the king's throne. He struck down all the king's guards with lightning bolts, and he called himself Zoma, the ruler of the Dark World. So as long as Zoma lives, darkness shall continue to veil the world. And the poor king here is a little bit taken aback by all the events that just transpired. If you talk to him, he says, "How could this be? I thought that peace returned. How can I tell the people that darkness will soon be upon us? Hero Zoma, the Demon King, must be kept a secret. I'm tired, and you may go." Yeah, the poor king is just a little bit flabbergasted there, so if you want to save your game, you can just talk to the Chancellor. He'll take over the king's saving duties for him until he recovers. So, yeah, we just thought the game was over after defeating Baramos. Nope, it's not. We've got to go after Zoma now, and we've got to go to the Dark World to do that. But before we do go to the Dark World, there are a few loose ends I want to tie up real quick here. And the first place I want to go is back to our new town. Poor Cash was thrown in jail the last time we visited him. So now that Baramos is defeated, let's just go back to Newtown and see if things have changed. So I'm going to get on Lamia here, fly back to Newtown, and I'll meet you there. Okay, looks like I'm passing the village of Sioux, so Cashburg should be nearby now. And there it is. I'm going to go ahead and land here. Let's just go back into Cashburg, see what has changed since the last time we were here. Well, I guess we can start off by talking to this fellow. He says the town is no longer in Cash's hands. From now on, we will make the town bigger by working all together. So it would appear that Cash no longer has the sole control over the town. Well, the jail used to be in the southwestern corner of the town, but it looks like they tore the jail down. And it's now a house with a lady inside making dinner. Very good. That probably bodes well for Cash. That probably means he's no longer in jail. If we go to the second floor of this house and check the dresser, inside we will find another tiny medal. For me, that's tiny medal number 73. Well, if Cash is not in jail, the only logical place that he probably would be in Cash's manor. So let's just go around this little walkway and go back inside the manor. And inside we will find Cash sitting on his throne talking to the old man he started the town with. And another person. And that other person says, "Then I am to run the town?" Cash says, "Yes, that's right. I want you to take my place. But you can do it. Townspeople all say they will help you." "Yes, fine. I don't know how good a job I can do, but I will accept." So it looks like Cash is relinquishing his mayoral duties to this other person. Cash says, "Thank you. I'm counting on you." Alright, so the town now has a new mayor. I respect Cash. We'll stand guard over the town from now on. The town I make with Cash became this big. It is time it become independent of us and grow on its own. Okay, well, let's just talk to our dealer Cash. And he says, "Hero, I've decided to leave the town. I don't think the town needs someone like me for it to grow. Hero, would you consider taking me back as a member in your party? I'll return to Ruida's Tavern in Aliahan. If you'd like to have me join you, please have Ruida call me. I'll be leaving now. I look forward to seeing you again." So after all Cash has been through watching this town grow from the ground up, he decides to finally leave. And if you'd like to have the dealer join your party, just go back to Aliahan Castle. They'll be waiting there and you can start leveling up with them. So I thought this was a pretty cool addition to Dragon Warrior 3, basically watching a town grow from nothing to a big expanded metropolis. And they kind of added to that idea in later Dragon Quest games. They added the immigrant towns. You could recruit people from all over the world and have them join the town and watch it grow. Pretty nice idea for an RPG, I guess. So that, my friends, is the story of the new town and Cashburg coming to a close. And Cash has left the town, and he went through a lot. Alright, well, there's another place I want to visit now. let's go ahead and go back to the castle town of Portoga. That's right, we haven't been to Portoga in a long time. That's where we picked up our ship in exchange for Pepper. The king gave it to us in exchange for Pepper. So we're going to cast Return, go back to Portoga, and go inside and visit somebody. Now you might remember the last time we visited here, there was a cursed couple. By day one was a horse, and by night the other was a cat. Or was it the other way around? I can't remember. But anyway, the demon lord Baramos placed the curse on the couple, but now that Baramos is dead, the curse has been lifted. The couple's name was Carlos and Sabrina, and we can find them now enjoying lunch together by the sea. Now if we talk to Sabrina, she says, "I never expected to see my Carlos again. How can I ever thank you? I know, please take this. It's the Seduce sword. It has been in my family for many generations. It is a peculiar sword that can be used only by women." So Hero obtains the Seduce sword. Now that can only be equipped by women. However, one of my members of my party, even though they're male, can use it as an item in battle to cast the Panic All spell. So that can be a very handy weapon to have. So if you get the chance, you might want to pick that up here in Portoga before you go to the Dark World. Okay, my friends, it is time to go chase down Zoma and bring an end to all the darkness in the world of Dragon Warrior 3. But where in the world is the Dark World? How do we get there? Well, you might remember a long time ago when we found the final key. It was located in a shrine in the sea, and when we picked it up, we also found the spirit of an ancient who told us about a place called the Gianna Pit, which is the source of all evil. So that sounds like a pretty good place to start. Now the Gianna Pit is actually located pretty close to Baramos' castle, so I'm going to get on Lamia and start heading south from here and go back to Baramos' castle, and we should be able to find the Gianna Pit pretty easily. So let's just start flying towards the Gondo region. Looks like we're getting close now. There we go. And there's the Gondo Cave. And there's Baramos' castle, but before we go to the Gianna Pit, I want to make a quick pit stop in the Gondo Shrine. You know, I was going back and I think I missed an item. Shame on me, huh? Well, there's the old man that gave us the silver orb. Now, I think I found the tokens that were located on the left and rightmost gravestones here, but I neglected to check the center gravestone for some reason. And if you check there, you can find another tiny medal. There's tiny medal number 74 waiting right there. Sorry I missed that in that video, but there you have it. So you might want to pick that up if you get the chance. Alright, so I wanted to make that pit stop since it was nearby. Now the Gianna Pit is in that cave right there. So let's land Lamia right next to it. Try not to take any damage from the swamp surrounding it. There we go. Now inside this cave we're going to find a giant gaping hole in the earth, and it's located just to the left here. There it is. Now what person in his right mind would jump down a giant pit like that? Well, only heroes would be able to do that, I guess, in the RPG world. Remember, in RPGs you can't break your leg or break any bones, so with that in mind, let's just jump down the pit without even giving it a second thought. And we land in the Dark World. Looks like we land next to a house. Well, let's talk to this guy and see where in the world we are. He says, "Ha! Yet another guest? Ah, you must have come from the world above too. This is Alefgard, the Dark World. Don't you forget it." Now, if you've played Dragon Quest 1 or 2, you will recognize the name Alefgard. If we check the right dresser, we will find a luck seed inside. I'll probably give that to Glenn. He's pretty low on luck compared to the other characters. Alright, there's a ship right there. I wonder if we can use it. If we talk to the little boy, he says Tantagel Castle is to the east. Papa said you can use the boat, so we have permission. Now, if you play Dragon Quest 1 or 2, you will also recognize the name Tantagel Castle. You can see Dragon Quest 3 is going to wrap up the trilogy by also having the world of Alefgard in it. So we'll find out more about that soon. Now, before we go any further, if you check right here in the southeastern corner of the pier, you can find another tiny medal. We're finding lots of tiny medals in today's video. Tiny medal number 75 for me. Alright, let's stop messing around and go explore the Dark World of a Left Guard. Let's just get off right here, and that's familiar music, isn't it? After all the tough monsters we fought, that was a battle with 5 slimes, and I only got 5 experience points. Very easy. You'll also find red slimes around here. I think they added that for nostalgia purposes, since you got to fight them in this area in Dragon Quest 1. Okay, that right there is the town of Tantegel, which we will explore in our next video of Let's Play Dragon Warrior 3 for the Game Boy Color. Maybe inside there somebody will tell us the whereabouts of Zoma. Now, if you played Dragon Quest 1 before, you might have a pretty good idea of where that might be. I think I do. So thank you for watching today. This is Vortex 259. We'll see you again next time.